Hello everyone, this is Meganadha. Welcome to HTML tutorial series. In this module, we will learn general internet concepts. The reason why I came up with this slide is internet is all about connecting all the systems. So if you want to go to a hotel, or you want to book flight tickets, or you want to do e-commerce, or anything that's you want to deliver for home or in office. So nowadays, internet is driving everything. So it's very much necessary for us to learn some basics of internet concepts before we start with HTML. And let's get started. So in internet, every computer is connected and every computer will have unique IP address. So IP stands for Internet Protocol. So if you see here, I have represented some computers in internet which has unique IP address. Now in internet, some computers will play the role of server and some computers will play the role of client. Now when internet started, or when World Wide Web started, so let's assume that this is your server where we have some HTML pages, and this is a client where I have a browser. Now from the browser, if I want to access any website, initially when internet started, the website addresses used to be like this. Now if you see here, http:// IP address. Now practically it's really difficult to remember if all the website addresses are using IP addresses. It's really difficult. Now what happens is, when in the browser we used to type like this, and the request will go to the server based on the IP address. This is the IP address of the server, and along with the request, the IP address of the client will also go, so that the response will come back from the server to this page and browser displays the HTML content. So that's how website addresses used to be when internet was starting. Now this was a big problem to remember the IP addresses. Now to overcome this, the problem is to remember websites using IP addresses. So it's really difficult to remember all this. Now we have added something called DNS server. So what we have done was, for every website we have created a domain name which can be easily rememberable, or you don't have to by heart these numbers. So google.com, yahoo.com, Bing, so all these are domain names, and each domain name will be associated with the respective IP address. This is IP address, yahoo.com like this IP address, or Bing this IP address. So now this DNS server will store the details of this domain name and the respective IP address. Now let's see how things work, and now you don't have to remember the IP addresses. Now let's see how it works. Now from my computer, I don't have to enter the IP address no longer. So I'll just enter http google.com. Now the request will go to the DNS server, and DNS server, I'll ask my computer will ask DNS server, hey DNS server, do you have the IP address for this google.com? Now here you go. So then the DNS server will give the IP address. Now that I have the IP address of the server, now the request will go to the server, and server will send the HTML response back, and my browser understands HTML and displays the content accordingly. So that's how internet works. So if someone asks you what is DNS server, domain name server will have the key value pairs of your IP address and domain name. Now let me quickly show you how you can check your IP address, and also I'll show you how websites can also be called using IP address now. If I want to check IP address of my computer, so what I have to do is, I'll click on Start, and I'll just open command prompt, enter. Now I'll type here ipconfig, enter. Now you can see here, this is the IP address of my computer, which is intranet IP address, this is my IP address intranet within my network. So if I want to find the global IP address, or global public IP address, so all I have to do is I can simply open browser and just type in the browser, what's my IP? So that will show you the public IP, one way to find it. So I'll just searching for it. So you can see here, this is my public IP address. So using this, my computer is getting recognized in internet, right? And remember, this can be static or dynamic depending on your agreement with your service provider, internet service provider. Anyway, so now what we will do is, when I type, so I want to know what is the server IP address of Google. Now when I type here, let's take, I'm typing here, let me open Notepad. And I type here www google.com. Now let's see where it'll take me. So I'm copying this and I'll paste it here. Control A, Control V, enter. Now you can see it's opening Google page. Now I want to find what is the IP address of this Google server. So what I can do is in the command prompt, I can type here ping space www.google.com. Now that will give you the IP address of Google server. Now this is a server that's giving the response when I ping using this command. So there's a Windows command, ping, and the website name. And now if I want to open google.com, I don't have to give google.com. I can also give the IP address. Now how to copy this? Right click on this, edit, mark, and just move the cursor on this IP and just right click. That will copy the IP. Now go to the notepad and paste here. I'll just type here http:// IP address. Now, either I can type this or I can type this to go to google.com. Now what I'll do is I'll just go to the browser and I just go to some other browser here, microsoft.com. Now I'm in microsoft.com website. You can see some pages here. Now I will copy this URL and now I'll paste it. And you can see here, it'll take me to google.com website, right? So we just learned how to find IP address of your computer with an intranet using ipconfig, and how to find global IP address using what's my IP. And also we have seen how you can also open website using the IP address of the server. So now that's how internet works. Now just to summarize how internet works, from your computer, that's client, we type the URL and the request will go to the server, and this will go to DNS server, and DNS server will provide the IP address, and the request goes to the server, and server will send the response back, and that's HTML response. So I hope you are clear with the concepts discussed in this module. In the next module, we'll see how to get started with HTML. Thank you and see you in the next module.